Hey guys, it's Alex here from Homey. I want to explore a new product with you, and we're talking about the Luxy Smart Switch from Qubino. This is a switch and a light all rolled into one. So you can see it here, and it mounts flushly with any wall mount. If you set it up in an existing lighting group, you can control those lights physically as well. Now I'm going to unbox the product and show you what's inside, and then we're going to talk about how to use it and how to set it up with Homey. So let's take a look inside. If I pull out the smart switch, you can see that here's the light panel, and around it is this beautiful glass finishing piece. If I flip it over, this is what it looks like on the back, and this is where your wires will plug into. Now make sure when you're wiring this up for your house to follow the manufacturer's instructions. So when you're setting it up in your wall, refer to them first. Once that's set up, then continue with this video, and I'll show you how to hook it up to Homey. Once you've got it installed, it looks pretty nice. It sits flush with the wall, and the colors are quite bright. What you can do to see all the colors that are possible is tap on the left side. The Luxy Smart Switch will scroll through all of the different 16 million colors that it has to offer. Now, if you pick the color that you want to hold, and I want blue, all you need to do is tap on the top, and it'll hold on that color. So now I've set that color for the device. And if you tap in the middle, it'll actually switch the lighting group that it's connected to. So if you have it set up for a certain lighting group, then it'll turn that on or off. Now let's see what the Luxy Smart Switch is really capable of by pairing it up with Homey and using it to control a couple more smart home devices. So a lot of you will already know how to do this, but let's connect up the Luxy Smart Switch as a new device. I'm gonna head into Devices and hit the plus in the top right. The next step is to search for Qubino because they're the brand behind the device. And once Qubino pops up, I'll tap on it, and you can see all the devices that you can integrate with Homey. And in this case, I want the Luxy Smart Switch. So I'm gonna tap on that and hit connect. Now Homey's gonna offer detailed instructions on how to pair the device. I'm gonna run through these with you, and we're gonna see how this works. So the first step is to activate full white by pressing on the bottom for 1 second. You'll see the device turns white. The next step is to press on the right and hold it in between 4 and 6 seconds. 2, 3. Once you've done that, you'll see it flashes green and then turns to red. You'll also see in the app that the first step has been checked. Now, for the second step, let's repeat the process. So I'm going to hold on the bottom for 1 second. It turns white. I'm going to hold on the right for between 4 and 6 seconds. Once you run through the pairing process again, it'll flash green and then hold green. Then you know that you've paired it correctly, and Homey's adding the device. Once added, you'll see that you get 2 new devices in your home. Now one of these is for the light, and the other is for the relay or the switch. So if I tap on the switch, I hear it turn off, tap on it again, turns back on. So if you've connected a lighting group to this, you'll see those lights also turn off and on. In this case, I haven't. So I'm gonna pull up a light that I've got down here, and we're gonna set up a flow for this. Here's my trusty studio desk lamp. Put it, I think, right over here, maybe a little bit closer. Set it up here. So now, if I want to turn the desk lamp off with the switch, what I need to do is create a flow. So let's create a flow to turn the light off. I'll head into flows and hit the plus. As a when card, I want to say that when the Luxy Smart Switch relay is turned off, hit check, then the light in my film studio, my studio desk lamp, also turns off. Hit the check and hit save. And I'll say studio light off. Hit save. Let's create another quick flow to turn it back on. Now I have both flows saved. So hopefully, if I press the center button, this light should turn off. Tap it again. Oh, tap it again, and the light turns back on. So you can connect up a light, for instance, that you might have in your living room, but that's plugged into a wall outlet, so a standing lamp, and you can connect that to the same switch, which is controlling the lights on your ceiling. So there's a lot of different options with this, and you can turn certain devices on or off. It doesn't have to be one. You can also add more devices to this and have them turn on and off with this switch. The other part of the switch is the light itself. So you can see the color now is green. If I head to the device tile, for the color side of things, I can also dim it, and you'll see the light itself dim. Maybe it's better if I turn off the lights for this part. Turn off that light, I think you can see that a little bit better. So let me head back to the device panel for the Luxy Smart Switch. And here you can see that if I dim it, that the switch light also dims. Now let's go back to full brightness. And you see that it brightens up again. Now I can also change the color. So the Luxy Smart Switch supports 16 million different colors. So choose your favorites and set this up. Now don't forget that with Homey and flows, you can also set up different times of the day for different colors if you wanted to. So for instance, in the morning, you can have it a nice yellow color, and in the evenings, you can set it to blue or red, a little bit more dark. But really, it's up to you how creative you get with this. So setting up your automations and your flows for the Luxy Smart Switch is all up to you and is dependent on your home. If you want, make sure to share a flow with us and add it to the comments. That way other people will also see your creativity. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you next time.